Hey there, this is Daniel from Finally Fit Body Transformation Systems. I'm here again with another Friday Fit Tips. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects. We're going to be talking about breakfast foods. And particularly we're going to be talking about the fat loss potential in two of the most popular foods the average American has for breakfast. Okay, those two meals are a meal consisting of oatmeal and raisins versus a meal consisting of toast, eggs, and bacon. Now, I'm sure you've basically had these very popular meals at some point throughout the week, this week already. And I just want you to kind of work with me here as we talk about the potential of fat loss when you consume one of these meals, okay? What you have to look at when you eat something like oatmeal and raisins is the fact that this is an all carbohydrate meal. So when I'm having a meal that is just all carbohydrates, no matter the quality of the carbs, a high fiber carbohydrate, at the end of the day my body is still going to break it down into a sugar, okay? And when you're breaking down foods into a sugar, you are going to be spiking your blood sugar levels. You're going to get an insulin response, okay? Now, depending on the quality of the carbohydrate, that insulin response is not going to be as high. And whenever you hear the word insulin response, you basically want to think, I am storing fat. So when I have a meal that is all carbs, oatmeal and raisins, I'm going to have a relatively high insulin response just because the meal is majority carbohydrates. Basically, it's 100% carbohydrates. Whereas when I have a meal of something like toast, eggs, and bacon, I do have a little bit of carbohydrates, a slice of toast or so right here, but I also have some quality proteins, quality lean proteins here at the eggs, and I also have some lean proteins here at the bacon. I do have some fat there, but as we already know, if you didn't know, eating things that have fat in it is not necessarily going to result in you being fat. But we'll save that topic for another video. So when I do consume a meal such as toast, eggs, and bacon, the protein in the eggs and the bacon is going to offset the amount of time it takes for my body to break down the carbohydrates in the toast. So in turn, my stomach is trying to get to the carbohydrates, it's trying to get to the sugars in the toast, but I have to look at the eggs and the bacon because my body has to break down those as well. As a result, my insulin level does not spike as high, and I do not end up storing as much fat because my body has to break down the proteins and the fats from the meat in the eggs and the bacon. Okay, so whenever you are consuming a meal, I do want you to realize that even though it is a quality carbohydrate, if I am only eating carbs in that meal, the potential of me storing fat is greater than if I had a meal that had a combination of carbohydrates and some lean proteins in there as well. It's all about how much my body is going to break down the carbs into sugars and how much sugar is going to spike my insulin response. And again, when you hear the word insulin, you should automatically think fat storage. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Other than that, thank you for your time, and I will see you next week with another Friday Fit Tip.